The corpse that called the police. Richard Hayes was found dead inside a locked house in a quiet Arizona neighborhood. Every door and window had been secured from the inside. There were no signs of forced entry, no footprints, no weapon, only Richard's body lying beneath the living room window. His hands were folded across his chest, as though someone had carefully arranged him. During the investigation, Detective Samuel Price received a phone call. The caller ID displayed Richard Hayes. Samuel looked at the corpse before answering. Richard's phone was sealed inside an evidence bag on the kitchen table. Samuel answered. Richard's voice said, "Do not trust the body." Everyone turned toward the corpse. Richard's eyes were open. They had been closed seconds earlier. One officer stepped closer. The dead man's pupils moved toward him. The phone rang again. Richard whispered, "It is learning your faces." A loud sound came from inside the walls. It moved from the kitchen to the hallway. Then it stopped directly behind Samuel. The lights went out. Someone screamed. When the lights returned, the corpse had changed position. It was now facing the hallway. An officer stood near the window. His shadow stretched upward toward the ceiling instead of across the floor. Samuel asked him to move. The officer stepped forward. His shadow remained against the wall. Samuel ordered everyone outside. The officer near the window did not move. He smiled and asked, "Which one of us are you speaking to?" Samuel searched the basement alone. He found dozens of audio recordings arranged on a wooden shelf. In each recording, Richard spoke in a different person's voice. A neighbor, a police dispatcher, the medical examiner, even officers currently standing upstairs. One recording contained nothing but breathing. Samuel listened more closely. The breathing matched his own. In the final recording, Richard used Samuel's voice. "When you hear this, I will already have left with you." Something knocked 3 times from inside the basement wall. Samuel backed away. A voice behind the concrete whispered his name. It sounded exactly like Richard. Samuel returned upstairs. The body was gone. Every officer insisted that no one had touched it, but the hallway camera showed Richard walking out of the house between them. He moved slowly, passing inches from the officers. No one reacted. No one remembered seeing him. 1 hour later, Samuel found the corpse inside his unmarked police car. It sat upright in the back seat. Its eyes stared into the rearview mirror. A note rested on his chest. "This is not my body." Samuel called for help. Before anyone arrived, the police radio activated by itself. Richard's voice came through every channel. "Thank you for the ride." The autopsy produced an impossible result. The corpse belonged to a man who had died 50 years earlier, but its face, dental records, and fingerprints belonged to Richard Hayes. Inside its lungs, the examiner found desert sand from a cemetery that had been closed since 1973. The Rayall Richard was never found. 1 week later, Samuel's phone rang at midnight. The caller ID displayed his own name. He answered. His voice whispered, "Do not open your bedroom door. I am standing outside." Samuel froze. The hallway light appeared beneath the door. A shadow slowly crossed it. Then Samuel noticed something worse. His reflection in the bedroom mirror was standing beside the door, but Samuel was still sitting on the bed. The reflection raised one finger to its lips. At that exact moment, Samuel heard a key entering the lock from the other side.